effective date. We are going to implement next year. Yeah, April the 1st. Next year is April Food Day. Yeah. In fact, not only Malaysia applying on start with April. Other countries like India, Japan, Indonesia, they all started with April Food Day. Right? And in fact, for your information, our GST system is 30 years late compared to Indonesia. Right? Why should we wait further, right? And for your information as well, in this world, there are more than 160 countries already implement GST. Malaysia is one of the last countries. Yeah? Altogether, how many, or you can tell me how many countries in this world? Forgot. There are 205 countries in this world, right? And out of 205 countries, more than 160 countries already implement. Yeah, so we are already very, very late. Yeah. Okay, that's on the 2014 budget. Right, those are the important issues. Then what are the issues in 2015 then? Yeah. Now, as I mentioned just now, I will split into a few areas, right? Taxation, or income tax, and GST. Yeah. Income tax, I will go through firstly tax administration, then personal tax. After that, corporate tax, even RBGT, I will touch on it. There's one topic on that. Okay? Then only it goes to GST. Okay? Now these are some of the brief information from 2015 budget. Yeah? Now income. Last year, our income, or rather this year, our national income expected to be 224 billion. Yeah? And next year, our income seems that it's going up by how much? 11 billion, right? Why there's an increase by 11 billion? Yeah? Now, this is some of the information from our economic report. Now, corporate tax seems that there's no change, or just a slight increase only. Now, why there's a slight increase? Now, simply because there's no change in tax rate. From 2014 and 2015, there's no change in tax rate for corporate. I believe, most likely, the reason for increase is because of intensified tax audit and tax investigation, which right now actually our income tax department is very fierce. Hopefully, it's very fierce. They go after everybody, from small businessmen go up to all the way to multinational companies. If you're not happy, see you in court. That's all. That's why corporate tax rates increase. Okay. Now for personal tax, you can see that basically it's stagnant, right? Stagnant. Why stagnant? There's no change as well, right? No change in tax rate. Now later on you'll see there's a change in tax rate for personal tax. Okay, there is a change of tax rate, but the thing is, the effect of this change of tax rate only come in the year 2016, not 2015. Therefore, you can see here, there's no change in personal tax revenue. Yeah. Now, for sales tax and service tax, you can see here, there's a big drop. Yeah. For sales tax, dropped from 10.9 billion to 2.7 billion only in 2015. Service tax from 6 to 7 billion down to 1.8 billion. Now, this big drop actually is because of the abolishment of sales tax and service tax in 2015. Yeah? These two acts were stopped from 1st of April 2015. Right? Means that this tax here, the budget here, is only for the first 3 months. Yeah? Therefore, you can see a big drop there. Right? And then, you can see here GST. From 0 go up to 21.7 billion. 21.7 billion is for 9 months collection. Don't forget, we are going to start or rather implement from 1st of April 2015. Right? GST here is only 9 months collection. Yeah? So therefore, the full effect will only be coming in 2016. Right? It will be very much higher. Okay? You can see here the increase is how much? It's about there, right? Okay. Now, as far as the expenditure is concerned, there is an increase. There is an increase by about 9.8 billion in 2015. Yeah? Out of which 50 billion is on development expenditure. Now, for your information, next year we are going to have a few big projects. We implemented. Yeah? As far as you know, there are 7 highway projects going to kick off next year. Yeah? Total cost of that 6 or 7 highway cost about 49 billion. Yeah? So therefore, this 50 billion, most of the money will go into those big development projects. Okay? But of course, there are some other operating expenditure, like for example, this one. Yeah? You know what is this, right? BRIM. Yeah? Next year onwards, BRIM will increase from 650 to 950, increase by 300. Means every quarter, your parents will get money from the government. Okay? Now, what it means for those families with income of less or not more than 3,000, only then you are eligible for 950. Right? For category with the income, family income between 3,000 to 4,000 will be increased from 450 to 750, 450 ringgit to 750 ringgit. Yeah? For singles above 21 years old with less than 2,000 salary, you can get 350. All these are not important, right? This is more important, isn't it? The second last column is the most important, right? 250 ringgit is still there. Huh? That is the most important thing, right? Now, let me remind you, yeah, not to sell your book voucher. In fact, I saw this in your Facebooks. Yeah? Someone put it as UTAR free market. I know that. Now you're all laughing. It means that everybody are in there, right? UTAR free market. Book voucher for sale, 150 ringgit cash in exchange of voucher of 250 ringgit. Alright? Yeah. Don't be caught, yeah? Okay? Right? Yeah? Yes? Of course? Of course. Well, is that your law? If you catch them, maybe. Yeah? Right? Now, of course, for others, student-wise, yeah, Form 5 and below, they'll still get 100 ringgit cash. But not them, it's their family, or their parents will get 100 ringgit cash. Yeah? Right now, income tax issues. First, we go to tax administration. Now, this tax administration is very important. Yeah? Why I say so? Simply because the penalties increase. Penalties. Right now, under our existing law, yeah, maximum penalties for fail to give notice of chargeability, yeah, penalties is ranging between 200 to 2,000 only. Okay, you know what's notice of chargeability or not? For those who are still studying here, once you come out to work, you may have income. You have earned income, right? And then you're supposed to pay income tax. All right, once you reach a level of paying income tax and you do not notify the government of your chargeability, cannot, right? Now they will know, the government will know. Why the government will know? Because when you come out to work, especially when you work for others, your boss will notify the authority. Yeah? Once you are under PCP, once they start deduct tax from a salary, your boss will tell the government you are already in that category. Right? Now, that is information from your boss. Okay? Not from you. You have to tell the government. Yeah? You yourself have to tell the government. Okay? You have to register with the government or the tax authority. Open the file. Yeah? Just like a bank account. You open the bank account with the bank. That's it. Once you get the number, then officially we take it as you have notified the government of your chargeability. Right? If you do not, then penalty is 2,000. Yeah? Now, from year of assessment 2015 onwards, penalty increased to 20,000. No blue, like it or not. Right? So, this is Very, very heavy penalty. Right? Now, next, leaving Malaysia without paying tax. Now, if you go out from Malaysia without clean up your tax files, yeah, right now, maximum penalty is 2,000 only. If you're rich enough, no problem, right? Just pay 2,000 and go. Okay? Now, from next year onwards, penalty increase to 20,000. Yeah? So you have to pay 20,000 first before you go out. Get out of Malaysia. Now, these are the few issues actually related to tax audit. Yeah? Now, under this few section, whereby if the government, or rather if the tax authority requests some information from you before or during the tax audit process, yeah, for your information, or maybe I just briefly tell you what's the process of tax audit, right? Now, which is actually happening out there. Now, for companies or other businessmen, even sole prop or partnership, when you are picked as one of the target for audit, right? The process is that first they will notify you first, or rather they want to get some information from you. They want to get your profit and loss account, want to get your bank statements, want to get the list of your salary, staff, and so on. They will take all this information for their own digestion. They will read all the information first, and then they will pick the so-called area for audit. For example, if they found that your gross profit margin is a little bit out of the industry, right? Then, you are audited on that area. I take you one example. If you are selling spare parts, motor spare parts, right? Profit margin for industries is say 20%. And if your gross profit margin is only 12%, you cannot, right? Just because your margin is below the market. Then they will focus on this one. They will focus on your sales and your purchase. They will come and ask for all your invoice, ask for all your purchase. And not only that, your stocks. Because they know that many businessmen, they will play around with the closing stocks. Yeah? Now, especially for accounting students, you should know how to play around with the stocks. If your stocks is up, your profit is up. Your stocks low, your profit is low. Okay? Now, this one I don't have to teach you, or I'm not supposed to teach you on this one. Okay? Now, of course, they will also ask for bank statement. This is very important. Some of your sales may not tally with the collection. Yeah? Some of you may have a lot of so-called undeclared sales. Yeah? Your banking could be 2 million, but your sales declared is only 500,000. Something wrong somewhere, right? So they will ask you why there is such a differences. Right? Now, therefore, the thing is, those businessmen, if they come to know about this one, they are smart now. You ask for information, I burn it. If no more details, no more information, no more documents, how are you going to trace me? How are you going to check on me? How are you going to audit me? Right? So in that case, now, based on practice, RRB will say they will just based on the industry norm. Right? If you do not give me any documents on the sales or purchase, you will just take it, like for example, spare parts, motor spare parts. Your margin is supposed to be 20%, and you declared 12%, right? The difference of 8% is your income under declared. That's it. Very straightforward, right? Or based on bank statements. Total collection is 2 million. Your sales declared is 500,000. Means that 1.5 million under declared. The tax is on 1.5 million. That's it, right? Now these are the so-called common practice done by the tax authorities. Okay? Why they do that? Simply because they have no choice. You do not give them any information, right? And the most they do is they just impose a penalty of maximum 2,000. That's it, right? But from next year onwards, the penalty increased, yeah, to 20,000. Yeah. So therefore, if you do not want to give the information, get ready with 20,000. for penalties. Now this 20,000 penalties is on top of the tax under declared. Right? This is just the administrative penalties only. Right? So these are the so-called administrative issues. Now next we go to personal tax. Now this one you may know, right? The tax rates decreased, yeah, from 100%, from 1% to 2%, or 3%, in fact. Now, in fact, this reduction of tax rates for personal tax has been announced last year. It's just that our Prime Minister repeating it this year, that's all. Right? We all know that. Right? The major tax savings part is from which part? From actually 50% to 25%, 250,000, right? Tax savings from this category actually is 3%. From 50,000 to 70,000, okay, tax savings is 3%. And 70,000 to 100,000 also 3%, right? 100,000 to 250,000 tax savings is 2%, and so on. Yeah? So these are the tax savings. Okay, now I've done a little bit of calculation. Right? From here, from this chart, actually, you can see if you earn 38,202 ringgit or below, yeah, a year, then you don't have to pay tax. Right? But of course, our parameter says it's 40,000. To be exact, it's about 38,000. Okay, you don't have to pay tax. And then from 38,203 ringgit and above, then you have to start paying tax. Okay, this is my calculation out of it. Right? Now, next, this is what you can see from your Orang BE. A lot of so-called reliefs, which if you are paying tax, you might have confused, right? What is this personal tax, wife relief, medical relief, the child relief, and so on, right? Now, I have summarized that. All in all, we have 19 reliefs. We have 19 reliefs, including your personal relief, wife relief, medical, insurance, EPF, and so on, books, computers. All in, we have 19 reliefs, come up with a total relief of 75,800. Yeah. If you claim all these reliefs, and your income is 75,000, then you don't have to pay tax, basically. Yeah, if you want to claim all this. Yeah. Which means that you have to be disabled. Disabled, your wife has to be disabled, your children have to be disabled, you have a sick parents and so on. Then only you can claim all reliefs. Right? Now, in our 2015 budget, right, our finance minister has announced that there are some increment in reliefs. Basically, there are three. Yeah? The first one is medical expenditure on yourself, or your wife, or your children. Yeah, this is on serious illness only, not cough and what? Get cold or high fever. No, that's not the serious illness, right? Medical expenses increased from 5,000 to 6,000. Yeah, 6,000. Yeah, and basic supporting equipment basically is for those disabled person. Yeah? Right? If you buy, say for example, a wheelchair for yourself, or for your wife, or for your children. But of course, don't simply buy. You are not disabled, don't buy. Right? If you are not disabled and you go and buy basic supporting equipment for yourself, you are not claiming. You cannot claim because you yourself is not disabled. Now, how to prove that you are disabled? You must hold a card called OKU card. Okay, you have to register with